The station lights dim for the night cycle. Sector C9 of orbital habitat Alcine quiet, uneventful, and home to a dozen Earthling researchers and their cramped living quarters, was preparing for another routine sleep shift. Lieutenant Jason Keller, a communications specialist from Earth, had just returned to his cabin. The day had been long, full of diagnostic scans and failed attempts to get the old relay dishes to cooperate. He kicked off his boots, pulled off his shirt, and was about to collapse in the bed when he froze mid-step. There was someone in his room. She stood near his desk, tall and still, her blue skin shimmering slightly in the low light. Her long silver hair fell in intricate braids over her shoulders. Her eyes, violet and faintly glowing, met his calmly. Jason blinked. "You're in the wrong room." The girl didn't flinch, didn't apologize. Instead, she smiled. Not the sheepish grin of someone who'd taken a wrong turn, but something deliberate, purposeful. "I know," she said. Jason's brow furrowed. "Okay, then what are you doing here?" She stepped forward slowly, unthreatening. "I'm here for you." He didn't like the way that sounded. "Here for me?" He glanced toward the hallway, half expecting this to be a prank for maintenance. But this girl, this alien, was not anyone he recognized from the station's usual interspecies guests. "Who are you?" Jason asked. Her voice was soft, but carried weight. "My name would mean nothing in your tongue. But in your data files, I am listed under species. Thaurine." Jason's stomach dropped. That can't be right. Thaurians are extinct. Wiped out in the Core Wars over 2,000 years ago. Most of us were, she agreed. "But I'm not from your time." Jason stepped back. "You're a time traveler?" "I'm a warning," she said. That chilled him more than he wanted to admit. She moved to sit on the edge of his bed, casual, like she'd done this 100 times before. Jason didn't stop her, partly because something in her presence seemed ancient, like trying to stop a tidal wave with your hands. "You humans," she said gently, "you've reached the edge of the stars. You've conquered disease, defied entropy, and terraformed dead moons. But what you haven't yet realized is that you're being watched." Jason folded his arms. "By who? The Galactic Council?" She laughed, a sound both haunting and beautiful. "No, not those bureaucratic fossils. I speak of the Voidkin, the ones who come after civilizations outgrow their empathy." He stared at her. "Never heard of them." "You wouldn't," she said. "They erase knowledge. Silence civilizations before anyone can warn the next." Jason's throat went dry. "And you're saying they're coming for us?" "They're already here," she whispered. The door to his room beeped a standard clearance check. Someone from admin, perhaps. Jason turned, but the girl reached out and touched his wrist. The room stilled. The hum of the lights stopped. The air felt frozen. "They cannot see me. Time folds around my kind differently. What I share with you, only you will remember." Jason narrowed his eyes. "Why me? Because humans are dangerous." Now that he had heard before. The phrase was often muttered by alien diplomats, mostly out of frustration. Humanity had risen fast, too fast. From pre-industrial to interstellar in mere centuries. Aggressive, resilient, inventive, and terrifying. "But you said you're a warning," Jason repeated. "Why not go to the council?" She leaned forward, inches from his face. "Because the council already betrayed you. They struck a deal with the Voidkin, offered them you in exchange for their own safety." Jason's fist clenched. "You're lying." "Am I?" She extended her hand. A small holographic crystal floated above her palm. Jason watched, jaw tightening. As it played out intercepted conversations, council ministers whispering Earth's coordinates. A Voidkin envoy accepting. The price: silence in the archives, extermination in the dark. He swallowed hard. "How long do we have?" "Not long. The first probe entered soul space 2 days ago." Jason stood upright. "Then I have to tell command." She didn't stop him, but her next words did. "You'll be ignored. Laughed at. Labeled paranoid. The Council ensures doubt. But if you prepare, if you weaponize the old code buried in your Mars vaults, you might survive. Jason's eyes widened. The Black Archive? That's been sealed for decades. She smiled again. Sealed by those who feared what humanity could become if you remembered who you really are. Jason took a deep breath. And who are we? Her voice was like a song from a forgotten age. You are the only species that adapted to extinction as a challenge, not a threat. You turn ruin into resolve, fire into freedom. You are the monsters the void can fear most. The lights returned. The door's hum buzzed faintly in the background again. Jason looked around. She was gone. No trace. No sound? No scent. Just a faint shimmer in the air, like heat mirage on metal. He sat down heavily on his bunk, heart pounding. A message. A warning. A betrayal in progress. He reached for his compad and opened a secure channel. You didn't care if they laughed. Seeing the truth in her eyes, and Earth wasn't going down without a fight.